Melissa here, coming to you from my garden, and today we're talking about horseradish. This is a horseradish root I bought from the grocery store. Actually, I have some bigger pieces inside. And what I did is I cut it up into chunks, and I'm just going to plant some. These are the lower chunks into some dirt, like this. And I don't think there was any root inhibitors sprayed on it, so we'll see if these will come up in a couple of months. I know my hands are dirty because I was out in the garden. I had bought some horseradish today at the grocery store, and I looked at it, and if you look up it close, you can see, I don't know if the camera will focus, the little nodes on it. Looked like it had little nodes, like there's one right here. See it? And I thought, well, I'm going to chop it up into little pieces. This one has some nodes on it too. Let's see. You can see some of the little ones on there. So I figured that I would chop it up into pieces and try to regrow it, since it is a perennial. It's good in sauces. For these ones, I put a little water on them to moisten them, and I'm just going to leave them like this and see if they sprout a little more, and then I'll plant them in the ground. And then I have the other ones that I planted in the pots out there without. I don't know if these need to harden off or not. Yeah, I'm not sure about that. A lot of stuff you cut and you let it harden, and I just cut this, so I planted two right away, and then I got these ones that I'm gonna let harden off and just dampen them, moisten them, and see if the little nodes grow. So there will be further video on this. Okay, so 1 week ago I bought these horseradish, and there were little nubs on them, and I've been I haven't been spraying them. This is how, don't mind the thing, I've been getting them to grow. I've just been running water over them, shaking them off, and then just letting them sit. But you see those little nubs? That would be new growth. I knew these would sprout. This one doesn't have as many, but there are some. See the little bit of green? If it would focus, you could. There are little, see that little green nub right there? There are little green nubs coming out on this one too. So yeah, now these were lower sections of the horseradish. Nothing's really sprouting out of these, but I'm not giving up hope. I just keep rinsing these underneath the water too. So yeah, we'll see. We'll see if they work. I just leave them in here, no water's in here. There's a little piece of ginger here. Okay, so this is a piece of the horseradish, actually a bottom part of the root that I had chopped off 5 weeks, almost 6 weeks after I bought it in the grocery store. I'm actually going to take it out and plant it in the yard. But let's just, oh look, it's got a huge root on it. I'm going to be very careful. Okay, you can see, I don't even want to pick it up too much because I don't want to break up a lot of roots. But this was just a small section of the horseradish that I cut off. Horseradish is a perennial. And look at all those roots down in there. I'm going to put this out in my garden. And we will see how big it gets after this. Melissa here, and here's where I planted the horseradish. Eventually, the leaves will get huge, kind of like that Merritt collard over there, even bigger. And the horseradish will grow, and it is a perennial because when you harvest it, sometimes part of the root will stay down in the ground. Usually you can't harvest the whole thing, some breaks off, and it'll keep regrowing. So this spot where I planted the horseradish will will continue to grow and grow and grow, and that's what makes horseradish a perennial. And I will do updates on the horseradish, but there it is. So you can grow horseradish from roots that you buy in the grocery store. And what I always do when I plant something is I put a layer of leaf mulch and then a layer of tree mulch, because we are in Florida and it breaks down over time and it builds up my soil. Right next to it I got some garlic and some merit collards. Over there I got yellow squash, more merit collards, rhubarb, which is another perennial. I'll be doing a video soon on the perennial vegetables that you can grow in your garden that'll come back year after year after year, and you don't have to keep planting them. In the other videos, I showed a couple different places that I had the horseradish. This was the first one to sprout really good, but I will update and eventually and show you where the other ones sprouted and grew. I'm Melissa, and I'm out. Recycle, reuse, and repurpose.